We go live to Venezuela. The head of the Venezuela Nuestra campaign command offers statements.
The people of Venezuela, very difficult, there were few difficulties, and all voting stations, polling stations were installed, and it was a fast electoral system that facilitates the will of the electorate. We want to inform that the electoral process today is completely has been with fastness, and it is worthy to praise, and it's very shocking to see so many women, so many men of our people that are going to comply with their duty, with the duty of Venezuelan citizens to choose to elect our president, and with that election to defend the peace of the republic that so much has cost us, defending peace, defending economic recovery, defending our sovereignty. So about Venezuela, we are the ones who so we don't interfere with anyone's affairs. So there's external and foreign governments cannot interfere in that, and so there will always be outlets and far right wing who attack a system that, I have to say it's just envy over the whole world, because this electoral system is so much safe, so much auditable, and as this electoral Venezuelan system. We have to we want to congratulate the Plan Republica for their maximum deployment all over the polling stations, and we have to insist that this is an election of every Venezuelan. This is a demonstration, an example of an electoral process, and today the Venezuelan people are speaking on the polling stations. And when the electoral event finishes, what the electoral council says today, which is a special day for us, today is the birth anniversary of the man who transformed the history of this country and vindicated millions of Venezuelans who were just backed, who didn't exist for the big elites. Today is the birth anniversary of Chavez, and the voice of the Electoral Council is the voice of God. So as the Electoral Council points out, would be the bulletin that would determine the tally of elections. I would be very pleased to answer some questions by the Sputnik agency. Rodriguez. Good morning, how are you? When Elvis Amoroso spoke, he referred to those ex-presidents who didn't comply with the requisites to enter the country. If I would like to answer, I want to insist that today is a big day for Venezuelans. Today is our day. Today is a day in which we are fulfilling with the strengthening of our constitution, of the Bolivarian Revolution, that was made by the Venezuelan people. There are over 800 international observers all over the country, all over the polling stations. They have participated in the audits. They have complied with the established requirements. So those who wants to try to hinder the voice of the Venezuelans, we have to say that we are not interested. It's completely ridiculous, absurd to try to discredit these elections instead of apologizing for those for apologizing in their own countries for the people, because it is today is our day, the day of Venezuelans. Today is the day in which we are distributed by the 16,000 polling stations defending peace and our future. By BTV, Mariana Mata. Hi, Mariana. Good morning. Two specific questions. The one related to Amoroso said reviewed all this process to arrive to these elections, and he claimed that several opponents made some attacks. And so what's the message to these opponents in these elections that are underway with 10 candidates? And some far rights are just calling for some campaigns, for doing some rallies on. So this has to do with the plans you denounced by the transnationals. So come to see the people of Venezuela voting on the streets. This is a paraphrasis of a poem, a very painful poem of Pablo Neruda, which has turned into a positive event. People on the polling stations, going in the polling stations with an electoral system that is an envy for the world. I don't know any other electoral systems that efficient. The functioning of the planned Republica and the functioning of the state is to take care of peace, take care of the polling stations, and take care of the expression of the people be effective and respected. And that is what is happening right now. If something occurred, if a desperate plan try to hinder this process, we will denounce it on time. Hugo Guanipa from Venezuela. Today it is a very important day for our country, for the world. So all the people are on the spotlight for Venezuela. And so I would like to ask you, how have you seen the coverage of the president of the Electoral Council? He denounced that. What could you say about the coverage of the outlets? A few minutes ago, Jose Brito requested the population to continue in peace, and if you have a balance of House being the activation of 1 per 10 that leads the party of the great patriotic pole, with with the absolute respect of the statements by the National Electoral Council, our political methodology is accepted. I could not say any more, but let's keep deploying. Let's keep as it has been happening, and then when the time comes, we will be able to talk about the effectiveness of our political methodology has been. With the incidence of violence, well, all Venezuelans know who are the ones who summon to violence, who insist on differentiating some some people from others because of our skin color, because they've got big last names, and they were owners of the big wealth of Venezuela for centuries. But this is another Venezuela. This is the future. This is the Venezuela of our future. Just This is a Venezuela that today produces their own food. This is a better Venezuela. This is we have learned from difficulties, and we have evolved ahead of difficulties. And so in the events, we have to respect the force of the will of the people. And another comment: darken the good development. Don't dare to cross the line. The rest, we are deeply excited, and we congratulate the people, and a hug for everyone. These are the statements of Jorge Rodriguez.
We were listening to the statements of the head of the Venezuela Nuestra campaign command, Jorge Rodriguez, as he was assessing how the elections are unfolding, and also once again denounced the far-right's attempts of the opposition to destabilize and discredit the election. Stay tuned with teleSUR English for more updates as the journey moves forward.